Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the swing plane. The swing plane is one of the most discussed parts of golf instruction and oftentimes one of the most misunderstood parts of the swing. So I hope with today's explanation things will be clearer for the golfer to really understand what the swing plane is and how you need to maintain the proper swing plane in order to hit solid, consistent golf shots. The plane is established at address, at the angle at which the golf club lays on the ground. Here I have a 5-iron, so this is the angle here that the golf club is laying at address is the swing plane angle. And the idea is to try and swing the golf club always at this same angle. So as I set up to the ball here, I'm going to start the club back, and the club is going to initially swing on the original plane angle line here. As you can see, it swings straight up the line until the club is parallel to the ground and parallel to my feet. Now, as I go back further, the club will leave that original plane angle line but remain at the same angle, perfectly parallel. Okay, now as I go further up here, you can see how the club is staying parallel to the plane, perfectly parallel to the plane. Even if I don't go all the way back here, it'll look like the club is pointing to the left, but the club is still perfectly on plane because it's parallel to that angle. It's at the same angle. Now as I go all the way back, notice how the club face as well is parallel to this plane angle. It's not closed or too open. It's perfectly parallel, the club face. And as I go all the way back to the top until the golf club is parallel to the ground, you can see how my hands are covering the club and it's still perfectly parallel to that angle. Now as I come down, the club returns parallel to the original plane angle. It's coming down, still parallel, and then as I come into the impact area, the club will return exactly to that original plane angle line into impact with the square face, perfectly on the plane. And then I go through, and then as I go through, it will exit the body parallel and all the way through to a full, complete finish. Oftentimes, golfers will make the mistake of swinging the club too much inside of the plane, too horizontally. You can clearly see the club isn't parallel. Or swinging back outside with the club too vertical. Clearly, the club is not parallel. You really want to keep that golf club always parallel to the angle. And also, of course, as you're swinging down, a golfer that has a tendency to slice the ball or pull the ball will oftentimes come down too far from the outside, too steep, too vertical. You can see how the club isn't parallel. Or a golfer that has a tendency to push or hook the golf ball will come down too much from the inside with the club too flat, too horizontal. So as you swing down, you can see how the club really needs to stay parallel, and then returning back to that original line, that original plane angle line. Now, and oftentimes when the golfer has a tendency to come out of their spine angles or lose the angles in their body, it's due to the plane. Because you can see here, if I were to swing down and the club is swinging down on too vertical or too steep of an angle, in order to hit the ball, I'm going to have to make a compensation with my body, where I clearly come out of my angle, out of my spine angle. So to really help you stay in your spine angle, to really help you stay in your angles, it's crucial that the golf club swings down at the proper plane angle, back on the plane, and now clearly I'm able to stay in my angles here, leading to more solid, consistent shots. So you can work on this at home in front of a mirror, or if you can have a mirror at the golf course, at the driving range when you practice, so you can really see the angle at which the club is swinging. And if you're able to swing the golf club on the correct plane angle throughout the swing, you'll be on your way to more solid, consistent golf shots.